Hey everyone, I am Nate and welcome to Hyper. In today's video, we're going to be having a look at the top 10 most venomous snakes of all time. In at number 10 is the rattlesnake. If you live in America, you'll be happy to know that this is the only snake on this list that you might run into in the wild. This fierce snake is easily identified by the rattle on the end of its tail. The rattle is composed of a series of hollow, interlocked keratin segments that vibrate against one another to create the famous rattling sound. While the rattlesnake is the leading contributor to snakebite injuries in North America, they will rarely attack unprovoked. Which is a good thing for us, because untreated, the rattlesnake bite, which contains hemotoxin venom, can be fatal. In at number 9 is the death adder. We're only at number 9 and we already have a snake with the word death in its name. Good, I'm so glad. Found in Australia and New Guinea, the name death adder could not be more appropriate. Before the anti-venom was developed, the death adder bite had a fatality rate of 50%. The venom is a neurotoxin which causes paralysis and can cause death within 6 hours due to respiratory failure. And if that wasn't enough to scare you, the death adder also has the quickest strike in the world. It can go from strike position to striking and back again within 0.13 seconds, so you will not even see it coming. In at number 8 is vipers. If you were feeling left out thinking none of the snakes on this list would be where you're from, then no worries. Vipers are found almost everywhere in the world. Isn't that comforting? The most venomous of these snakes is the saw-scaled viper and the chain viper, which are found mostly in Middle East and Central Asia. Vipers are generally nocturnal and mostly active after rainstorms. They are extremely agile and quick-tempered, so it's probably best not to go anywhere near one if you see it in the wild, especially since symptoms of the viper's bite include severe pain, bleeding gums, vomiting, swelling, and more. In at number 7 is the Philippine Cobra. Most species of cobra are not deadly enough to make it onto this list, but that cannot be said of the Philippine Cobra. If you see one of these guys in the wild, it is time to run. You might want to run in a zigzag pattern though, because these snakes carry venom in their spit. That's right. The Philippine Cobra only has to spit on you to administer its venom, and it can spit up to 3 meters. The venom is a neurotoxin that can cause neurotoxicity, respiratory paralysis, and death in 30 minutes. Yikes! In at number 6 is the tiger snake. Yay! Another snake that's found in Australia. That's where we are. Cool. No doubt. The tiger snake has a unique appearance with yellow and black bands running along its body like a tiger and a black tail. The tiger snake has a very potent neurotoxin venom that can cause death within 30 minutes. The venom is so potent that before an anti-venom was created, it had a fatality rate that was 60 to 70%. Symptoms of the snake bite can include pain in the foot and neck, numbness, sweating, breathing difficulties, and paralysis. Thankfully, this dangerous noodle will generally flee if encountered in the wild. In at number 5 is the black mamba. If your tactic when encountering this snake in the wild is to run away, well then unfortunately I have some bad news for you. The black mamba can reach speeds of up to 20 kilometers per hour, making it the fastest land snake on the planet. Found primarily in Africa, this snake is incredibly aggressive and incredibly precise. They can strike up to 12 times in a row, injecting up to 400 milligrams of venom. The venom itself is potent enough that a single bite from the black mamba is capable of killing 10 to 25 adults, depending on size. If the venom reaches a person's veins, it will kill 50% of the time. If you're bitten by this snake in the wild, time really is of the essence, as death can occur anywhere between 15 minutes to 3 hours. In at number 4 is the Taipan. I'm sensing a recurring theme in this list, and it's that most of these snakes are found in Australia. Not afraid of snakes. At all. Completely not. In all of recorded history, no one has ever survived a taipan bite without antivenom. The taipan's venom is strong enough to kill up to 12,000 guinea pigs. The venom clots the victim's blood, blocking arteries and veins, and is highly neurotoxic. If that wasn't bad enough, a bite from the taipan can kill you in as little as an hour. Fun fact, the first guy to ever capture a taipan so that an antivenom could be developed died from the bite the next day. What a way to go out. In at third place is the blue krait. So you were bitten by a blue krait. No worries, we'll just get you to the hospital and get you the antivenom and we're all good. Right? Right? Oh boy, you're so wrong. You're so wrong. Even if the antivenom is given to you, there is a 50% chance that you will still die. Why is it even called antivenom? It's partial antivenom. A temporary, maybe potentially ineffective antivenom. The bite can cause loss of nerve function, paralysis, permanent comas, and even brain death. Great! Thankfully, this unique looking noodle is pretty timid during the day and they'll often attempt to run away rather than fight. Found throughout Southeast Asia and Indonesia, these snakes will hunt and eat pretty much anything, even their own kind. Yikes! In at second place is the eastern brown snake. I wish I could say that the second most venomous snake in the world was pretty rare and your chances of seeing it in the wild equally so, but that would be a horrible, horrible lie. Unfortunately for anyone living in Australia, myself included, there is a high population of eastern brown snakes here, and what's worse is that you don't even have to be in the country to see one. These guys love living in the city. It's awesome. So awesome. Just 1/14,000th of an ounce of the eastern brown's venom is enough to kill an adult human. You wouldn't want to run into one of these snakes on a bad day because they have been known to be quite aggressive under certain circumstances, chasing down and striking repeatedly to their aggressors. Fortunately, only about half of their bites have venom in them, so you've got a 50-50 chance of not dying a horrible death if bitten. Before we reveal what number one is, what do you think of this list so far? Have you encountered any of these snakes in the wild? What other lists should we be doing? Let us know in the comment section down below, but it is now time for first place. In at first place for the most venomous snake of all time is the inland taipan or the fierce snake. So fierce, yes, gah, gah. The inland taipan has the most toxic venom of any land snake in the world. Just one bite can contain enough venom to kill 100 people. It probably goes without saying at this point, but of course this snake is native to Australia. I'm honestly surprised people have found a way to survive the wildlife here at all. The inland taipan is 10 times more venomous than the rattlesnake and could potentially kill an adult human within 45 minutes. Surprisingly, no fatalities have ever been recorded because, thankfully, this snake is quite elusive and rarely encountered by humans in the wild. I'll take the small comforts where I can, knowing that number one is also pretty elusive. That's a good fact. Did you enjoy the video? If you did, make sure you like, subscribe, and check out these other videos over here. I'm Nate, this is Hype Hub, and we'll see you all next time.